Yes, thank you, Scott. It's an emotionally charged occasion for many reasons. And in a magnificent gesture, the Reading team will be led out by Seamus Dolan, the 10-year-old son of Eamon Dolan, former academy director and indeed caretaker manager, who was so cruelly taken from us by cancer last year. The man who nurtured some outstanding talent and built splendidly on the foundations in place. His is a legacy that will endure. Indeed, two of his former charges in the Reading squad today. Resplendent in a suit, leading out his Huddersfield team. It is the greatest prize many of these players have ever fought for. We all know how lucrative it will be, but it is the most precious wealth they wish to acquire, the fulfilment of their potential. What an extraordinary sight greets them here at the high temple of English football. Teams gathering, preparing many of them for the biggest day of their lives. The presentation party in Leningrad, EFL chairman Richard Flint from Sky Bet and Tracy Fletcher, ambassador for Prostate Cancer UK. McShane suspended Chris Gunter has the honour of captaining the side here today, and a man with surely the richest big game experience within this Reading squad. He hasn't forced it on anybody. He said you're welcome to tap into it if you like. Few have actually made that request. They're a confident bunch. Their manager has certainly given them a light dusting of his experience here and there in the build-up to this game. They're the men who hope not to be making the headlines today. Neil Swarbrick is the referee. And one of their pillars this season, Tommy Smith, is the captain of Huddersfield Town. What a scene. Is this the day that Reading put all their playoff pain behind them? Or can Huddersfield produce one of the most romantic promotion stories in the history of the Football League? Big Neville is ready for the occasion. I would imagine that David Wagner will soon change back into his usual gear, much in the manner of a previous Huddersfield Town manager here at Wembley 22 years ago, when Neil Warnock emerged in a suit, got into his tracksuit when the action began. Well, we're ready. Will be concluded by Farrell Smith, who will perform the national anthem. It's been on a sunshine break in Portugal, but Elias Kachunga wasn't with them. He went to Germany for treatment on a hamstring injury, so there's an element of relief that their top scorer plays. He has a great understanding with their star of the season, Tommy Smith, who'll hope to make his mark going forward. Aaron Moy may well argue with that title, actually. The Manchester City loanee may be playing in the Premier League next season, whatever happens today. Reading are also unchanged from their success against Fulham. Jan Kermorgant, the match winner from the penalty spot, playing at Wembley for the first time at 35. The other real hero was fellow veteran goalkeeper Ali El-Habsi, who made some crucial saves. Lewis Craven has the most recent experience of this occasion as a substitute with Alex Neil's Norwich 2 years ago. Talented Casey Palmer returns to the Huddersfield bench, having missed nearly 4 months of football with a hamstring injury. Impressive wing-back Jordan Abita has made it. He suffered an ankle injury in the first leg of the semi-final. Well, it could be their greatest day. It could be their greatest regret. Under a leaden London sky, who will take Wembley by storm and claim a place in the Premier League? It's live next. Well, the stage is set. Huddersfield in their change strip today. The two captains, Chris Gunter and Tommy Smith, both right backs. Two men who have revolutionised their clubs. David Wagner, well, maybe he won't return to the expected outfit. Jaap Stam, similarly transformative impact on the club. The toss of the coin. It has been a harrowing 7 days, and the city of Manchester is very much in everyone's thoughts, bewildered and appalled by the senseless butchery that ended 22 bright, vibrant lives. In honour of those who perished, in support of those whose whole world has been shattered, and in thanks to those who have given so selflessly to help others, Wembley Stadium will fall silent.
But also to the good citizens of Manchester and its rival areas for the collective support that has been offered throughout this traumatic time. Football is united in denouncing the heinous actions of those responsible and will continue to show solidarity in the days, weeks and months ahead. We will pay a tribute to those who lost their lives during the 22nd minute of today's game. But now we ask all true supporters inside Wembley Stadium to stand together as we remember all those affected by last Monday's tragedy through a period of silence, which will begin and end on the referee's whistle.
top half as their target are potentially 90 minutes away from the top division, as Jaap Stam, in typically understated style, called it. It's a very pleasant surprise for both clubs.
Let's just remind ourselves, these two finished 19th and 17th in the Championship last season. Wagner and Stam have done incredible jobs in the past 12 months. Whichever team ultimately gets to the Premier League, it'll be one of the most unexpected but deserved promotion stories the Championship has ever seen.
Contribution against Fulham in that second leg. Maybe felt a little culpable for the goal they conceded in the first. Wagner just strayed offside.
Well, we've got two very different formations on show here. Huddersfield with a back four, Reading playing with a back three and wing backs, but they do have that option because of Graben and Kermigan. They've got that option to play a bit more direct up to their two strikers. Huddersfield really try and play that patient, possession-based game. They've got the key wells up front, but everything needs to be into his feet or down the channels.
Urging them away. Semi-final hero, of course, in the dramatic penalty shootout at Hillsborough. Forward by Tommy Smith. Two good totemic players the Huddersfield down this season. There's a lot of talk that he might be the understudy at right back if they could recruit well in the summer. So prove those people wrong.
He's had a sensational season. Chris Lerber on the left-hand side as well. Fantastic supply lines for Huddersfield going forward, but it all stems from Jonathan Hart just sitting a little bit deeper in between his centre-halves. He's the defensive insurance. He's the two full-backs can turn into wing-backs. He is such a crucial player in his Huddersfield side.
His Wembley experience with Watford his final 4 years ago. Not a happy experience ultimately, but certainly a useful one. As Heffler and Graben get to grips with one another.
There's going to be a physical contest, I think, with Kermigan and Graben leading the line against two solid centre-halves. Not sure who's fouling who there. I think Graben's a little bit unfortunate to be blown against.
Heffler, one of the big characters in this team, there's absolutely no question about that. He's come up the hard way. Trainee car salesman for 18 months in his younger days, as he struggled to get a foothold in first-team football.
It looks like it's a slightly wasted forward ball here. You see Heffler's absolutely livid with Kachunga and Wells because he's dropped that ball into the channel, expecting McKee Wells to make a run away from centre-halves or Kachunga down the right to chase the ball down. That is the game plan going forward. You see, he just drops this ball into the channel, expecting Wells and Kachunga to make a move. Both of them just stand and watch the ball go out of play. They've got to do better than that.
The ball that he's maybe given credit for, Heffler, former number 10 and striker in his younger days. He's a bit of a set-piece specialist at Dynamo Dresden. Kachunga trying to make an impression here. Troy Vandenberg playing it in the end off Tommy Smith.
And that's the type of area Kachunga is looking to get into, in behind Tyler Blackett, so then he's running at Vandenberg on the centre-halves. The isolated one-on-one against Vandenberg on the edge of the penalty area, things will happen.
Given his injury, no relaxing days on the beach for him in the build-up, and no relaxation there for Ali Al-Habsi, coming under pressure from Rajiv Van La Parra.
Well, this is the way Huddersfield play, patient with the ball, but they press teams really hard to get it back high up the field.
Kachunga. Van La Parra and Gunter will tussle. Tussle results in a Huddersfield free kick. To his disbelief, Chris Gunter.
Quite similar to the Heffler and Graben coming together. So a genuine foul in here. Is Gunter just holding off his man? I'm not sure there's an actual foul there. Both players leaning into each other. The referee a bit harsh to penalise Gunter for that, but a great position, promising position for Huddersfield.
Hefele and Schindler, the two centre-backs nearest us here. Hefele in particular has proved to be a noteworthy goal threat at times this season as Aaron Moy prepares to deliver. He does deliver, and Hefele was fractions away from making the contact he wanted.
Well, he knows he should really be scoring from this. Brilliant ball from Aaron Moy. It's pacey, it's flat. Al Habsi can't deal with it. He's actually got away from his man here. Hefele gets away from Vandenberg far too easily. And that comes off his forehead. It's 1-0.
Well, the big man would love to have that one again, I'm absolutely certain. He knows.
I suppose the only slight difficulty is the ball is actually moving away from him, so actually timing the header is the difficult part. But he's so close to the goal. If he gets it halfway right, he opens the scoring.
Swift. Now here's Grabban looking to get away, and Williams on the charge in the middle. Kermagin to the back, but so is Moy. Not for Williams' way. A vibrant enough start from both teams, and here's Wells trying to get away from Evans. He's got Izzy Brown in support, and he's going to need some help now. And the power provides it. Doesn't have to commit opposing players down the power. Really have a throwback in that respect.
I think with Van der Parra down the left, he's going to hold his width a little bit more. We'll see Kachunga drift infield to encourage Tommy Smith, the right back, to provide the width. But Van der Parra down the left, we want the ball into his feet. We want to run at Gunter.
Got away again. In the middle, but it's scooted off already there. That of Jan Kermagin.
We really have to admire the delivery of Aaron Moy. Talking about it being flat and pacey. One thing they want to do is try and keep the ball away from Ali Al Habsi, 6'5". By putting it in with such pace and keeping it flat just above the first man's head, very hard for the keeper to come and deal with it.
There's Moy. Izzy Brown. Wells trying to wriggle away. Ultimately frustrated. Chris Lerver.
Thiago! Hey!
Chris Lerver there. Wasn't for giving it up. Just look at the headlines, but he's been an important figure on the other side from full-back as well, Chris Lerver. Getting his summer recruitment absolutely spot on. Players he didn't necessarily know intimately, but aware that they had a top-of-the-table mentality and leadership skills.
Look at the back end of last season, they won just one of their last 8 games. You had to revamp the playing staff. He brought in a new, more combative, possession-based style. It's extraordinary how quickly he's managed to get those players to play his way.
One of the crucial things that helped Huddersfield, they got their transfer business done early. They also had a slightly surreal bonding trip to a remote Swedish island. No beds, no toilets, no mobile phones. Only pasta and rice. If you wanted meat or fish, you had to catch it yourself. Transport by canoe. What was your favourite method? Here's Kermagin.
Well, this is the problem for Reading. You can see the intensity that Huddersfield has started the game with and without the ball. They're working Reading very hard. There's no time and space for the Reading players to actually get on the ball and make things happen.
Kachunga. Tommy Smith on the scene. Trying to black It got back there, but only momentary relief. Kachunga! Oh, and Izzy Brown! Oh, will he live to regret that moment?
Well, down the Huddersfield right, that link-up play between Kachunga and Smith has been excellent all season long. And just managed to keep this ball alive. And Kachunga's got no left foot, so he switches it onto his right, flashes it across. And what an opportunity for Izzy Brown at the far post. Not the best of luck in the semi-finals, not the best of luck in the final either.
Extraordinary moment. Oh, one to be relived in nightmares for years to come. Potentially.
Well, he should be tucking that away. The problem for the Reading defenders is he makes his runs late, so when the ball is out wide, crosses are coming in, he arrives late on the scene, defender's got a problem.
There's a brilliant turn by Graben.
Well, he's hardly had any service in the opening 10 minutes of the game, but this is what he can do, individual brilliance. I think the difficulty here is he's got Heffler in front of him, so he's trying to whip the ball around the defender and then try and keep it on target. It's not easy. I think Danny Ward actually read what he's looking to do as well, but this is what he can achieve when he gets on the ball. Reading can get it up to Kermigan and Graben. Possibilities of scoring.
Lerber, Danny Williams with him all the way. He was such an important figure in the semi-final for Reading. Ceaseless energy in midfield.
He really is the snarling heart of that Reading midfield. He covered so much ground in the semi-finals by unsettling opponents, getting tackles in. He's never short of a word for his teammates or the referee as well, and with it being such an emotive atmosphere, he really does need to play with controlled aggression. It's key to this team.
Vandenberg. Graben. Again, John Swift. You know how Izzy Brown's feeling. Tremendous miss in the semi-final second leg against Fulham, which ultimately was not costly. Here's Gunter. Williams pass, but it's picked off in trademark style by Jonathan Hogg. On, but it was a race that asked far too much in the end of Rajiv Bandlepara.
Well, this really underlines the positive start that Huddersfield have made. It's probably what we would have expected. It's a containment job initially for Reading and try and get a foothold in the game.
Looking very sharp, and he said he would do what was traditional today for the occasion at Wembley. Are looking pretty sharp as well in the colours of his old club, effectively, Borussia Dortmund. In the end, took charge of the situation. Vandenberg. Losing away from Kachunga. Kermigan, now Swift. There's Heffler. Izzy Brown trying to plough a furrow. Here Moore across. Story that the ball stayed in play there. Here's Danny Williams. George Evans. Vandenberg. Sweep for Gunter. Both teams like to maintain the hold on possession. Reading's is certainly more of a game of patience.
I can understand what they're doing here, though. They've been under the cosh in the opening 12 minutes or so. Just pass that ball around because Huddersfield has sat off you. Just enjoy a bit of possession, take the sting out of the game.
Van den Berg. Into Graben, who's started brightly. Williams. Here's Tyler Blackett. Jordan Obita's injury thrust into the left wing-back role, which he's played here and there this season. Here's Lerber to bring it away for Huddersfield. Formerly of Borussia Dortmund. Very strong German accent in that back four. The interloper from Runcorn, Tommy Smith.
I'm not sure Tommy Smith is going to be too happy with that description of his good self.
Well, there are two interlopers from Runcorn here. One's standing next to you, Andy. Knows that neck of the woods pretty well. Club record signing from Liverpool in January. Here is Smith. Yet get away, and Van den Berg checking him out. Referee unsurprisingly going to his pocket.
Well, sometimes you see centre-halves do this. They're so desperate to get to the ball, and this is not the done thing. Just stay on your feet. You're not going to get to the ball without fouling your man. He's just too desperate to try and get to the ball, not once but twice. I don't think you have too many complaints about being booked. Just stay on your feet and force Kachunga backwards.
Experts in Holland, when he arrived at Reading in the summer, would have told you that he's a pretty prolific collector of cards. And you can see absolutely why in that moment.
Well, the problem is if Kachunga does get isolated with him again, with being booked, he can't put a foot wrong now.
Will it be the left foot of Lerver? Looks very much like it. Trying to get away, but safely behind it goes from a Reading perspective.
Well, chances in playoff finals don't really come any better than this. Initially, I thought there was a possibility he was offside. I don't think he was. He makes a break into the penalty area late. That's his job, to arrive late on the scene, cause defenders problems. But he's clearly onside. Maybe the fact that he doesn't actually see the ball until late, can't adjust himself quickly enough. But we think a decent contact on this, and it's 1-0, and we cannot believe he's missed, and that could be really, really costly come the end.
Well, two great chances in that early flurry of excitement for Heffler and for Izzy Brown. That was concern here over Tommy Smith. Kermigan involved in the incident. I think he felt it, Tommy Smith, and it will be a booking for the Reading front man.
Well, the Reading players are certainly putting themselves about, trying to disrupt the rhythm that Huddersfield are trying to build up. It's a late challenge, it's a nasty one as well. It could have been a real problem for Tommy Smith. Thankfully he's okay, but Jan Kermigan complaining about the booking. I don't think he's got a leg to stand on.
They're tough in Runcorn, Andy. He's a different player in a way under David Wagner, who's really imbued him with confidence. Said to him, if you want to play at the top level, you can. Formerly of Manchester City.
Well, if you've got the athleticism, you've got the composure and the quality into the box, you want to play a system that encourages him to get forward. This is really nasty from Kermigan. He'll say it's mistimed, accidental. Let's hope that Smith is okay to carry on, because he is one of the key players in this final, certainly a key player for Huddersfield.
Good work by Wells. And here is Smith. McKee Wells again. Inviting ball which needed dealing with urgently. Thiago Ilori did just that.
It's great movement off the ball from McKee Wells. This is what he's got to do, push and pull centre-halves around. There's just a touch on the cross which makes it harder for Ilori to judge the bounce of it. He does brilliantly.
Moy. George Evans, who's with him, both with the Manchester City connection. George Evans through the ranks there. Ward, helped out by his best mate David Wagner, and acquiring a goalkeeper of international standing to be their number one. So I would have thought under a few Liverpool fans that he has the potential to fill that role at Anfield. Time very much on his side at 23.
See what Reading are doing here, just actually stepping up the field, pressing Huddersfield. They did it against Fulham really effectively. And it means that Danny Ward can't just roll that ball out to centre-halves, and Huddersfield can't play it to feet through the midfield. They've got to play it slightly longer, and that's not really what they want to do, but it's because of how Reading are approaching this.
Yeah, the game plan is very similar. There's Hefele.
I do think Yapstam's approach to the two semi-finals against Fulham was a real masterstroke. Less of the ball, contained a very good footballing side, and then pinched the win.
Birmingham has found Gunter here. Murder was really on the stretch. Important piece of defending at some cost to him. The Huddersfield go on, and it's Aaron Moy now for Kachunga. Moy. Now here's Hogg. Hefele is going to take the opportunity to put the ball out, because Lerver has been down for some time now.
Yeah, this did seem really accidental. Chris Gunter coming onto the ball, looking to knock it past Lerver and then get on the end of it. There's his touch. He just seems to run into his man more than anything else. There's no intent there. It's painful, but it's accidental. It's the first time really we've seen Gunter get forward on that right-hand side as a wing-back. Just overruns the ball, strong defending, came across.
Ian Kirkpatrick administering the treatment to who has been a roaring success in Huddersfield Town colours. There are quite a few of those. Wells with the motivational speech, and for 22 minutes in, Wembley pays another tribute to those lost in Manchester last week. Lerver back on, odd-coloured boots and all. Birmingham goes to a apply some pressure, some further pressure. It's well done by Kachunga. Brown, now Wells. Kachunga. Smith with him. And Smith will deliver. Moy. Lerver. Wells going near. Laurie dealt with it.
Examples again of how high up the field the Huddersfield fullbacks play. Tommy Smith, one ball in, breaks out to the left-hand side. It's Lerver this time whipping the ball in. It's so dangerous.
At the near post. Telling header by Ian Kermigan defensively. Thiago Ilori's challenge. Some important and impressive contributions from him.
I'm not sure why they changed the corner taker there. That was an outswinger. It's easier to defend the ball moving away from goal. Get Aaron Moy on it, whipping it right in on top of Al Habsi.
I know it's a bit of a bugbear of yours, isn't it? The old outswinger.
You have noticed that, have you? Years together.
In 10 years of working with you, and I'm surprised I've survived that long. I have noticed. Grabber. Here's Jonathan Ogg. Lerver.
Once again from Reading, good high pressing. There's no easy forward ball for Lerver there. They've got to go backwards and start again. Not easy now for Huddersfield to get out. The whole pattern of the game has changed with Reading just stepping up the field 10 yards.
Rajiv van La Parra jousting for it. Tommy Smith. Cut out by Danny Williams.
Danny Williams has the tenacity, but his reading of the game there, knew exactly what Brown was looking for, just stepped in exactly the right time.
Schindler and Kermigan underneath this. Hogg. La Parra keeping it in play. Lerver. Is Hefele. Into Kachunga. Brown in on Danny Williams. Enormous surprise that resulted in a Reading free kick.
Well, it is a foul, but again, the anticipation of Danny Williams. He knows where the ball is going to break. He makes sure he gets his body in front of Brown. It's brilliant defensive midfield play.
Yes, the often unsung heroes in any side. Danny Williams falls into that category, although he does have the eye for the odd spectacular goal here and there. Scored a Marco van Basten-esque effort last season. Here's Joey Vandenberg. Swift. Ilori. The grabber, but finding Schindler. Moy. There's a battle on here with Danny Williams, who seems to be everywhere at the moment. And now he's won it back for Reading. And now he's won a free kick for Reading. Jonathan Hogg's challenge.
Well, it is a fabulous piece of combative play. The last 2 minutes or so have really underlined how important Danny Williams is, but just got to keep a lid on it. Just having a word to the referee. Let the referee do his job. Danny Williams flying into the challenges. Here he comes, he's going to have a word. That's what he's probably saying to the referee. We booked a couple of our players for late challenges. We've got to book Jonathan Hogg for this one. Again, really combative, aggressive, great challenges, great strength. He's nowhere near the ball, Hogg, and Williams has a point.
Well, they may not be the showiest, if you like. Certainly Hogg and Williams, in many ways, two of the most vital players on the field. Hogg on the ball again. Provides the grit rather than the glamour, let's say.
Well, the players that do their jobs really well, and by doing their jobs well, there's 3 or 4 players around them that really benefit. So they're so important players, there's pivot players that make things happen around them.
Moy. Kachunga. Moy. Put in there by Liam Moore. So trying to get Wells away. Lerver. Rajiv Van La Parra. By Van den Berg. Smith. Kachunga. On the scene there just to potentially make Aaron Moore's life a little more difficult. Chris Lerver. Wells under his spell. Kachunga coming in from the flank, creating that space for Smith, but it ends up at the feet of Brown. Wells trying to get away. Joey Van den Berg wins the duel.
I'd say, to me, Van den Berg looked mentally fortunate again. He's so keen to get to the ball. Looked like a foul, looked like it came through the back of Wells.
Neil Swarbrick on the spot. Slightly surprisingly did see nothing wrong. Remember, Van den Berg already in the notebook, so he's really got to watch himself. He's had a checkered career. He had 4 years out of professional football, worked as a pot washer in a pizza restaurant and in a warehouse during that time. He had a few issues with alcohol and cannabis in his younger days. Here's Liam Moore. Ilori. Lewis Grabban. Now Gunter.
We knew this was going to be a very close game. Both sides giving it a fair go as yet. No goalkeeper called upon to make a save.
Well, Reading seeking to change that. Van den Berg. There's Thiago Ilori, who hasn't been seen that much since his arrival at Reading. A knee injury saw him miss 12 games. Here's Swift.
Well, neither side really have any players up front with blistering pace. And this is maybe where the game has slowed down, because everything's got to be so precise, virtually into feet, when you're playing up towards your strikers.
Go again. It's fouled by Moy.
No, but this is what Kermorgant and Grabban have to do more. Rather than playing as a flat front pair, There's one, just drop into that number 10 pocket of space. If you're going to have to play the ball into feet, because you can't play it beyond, and get one of your strikers to drop into that pocket of space, then drill it into his feet, as they did with Kermigan there.
It's a fair old way out, but Danny Ward will be aware that John Swift does have a free kick in him. The former Chelsea man is poised. Well, the domestic club season coming to a close here today, but there's plenty of international football on the way, and a mouth-watering prospect there. Scotland against England, June the 10th, 4 o'clock, Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports 5. All the home nations in action. Northern Ireland against Azerbaijan in Baku. That's 4:45 same-day Sky Sports mix. Battered Azerbaijan in Belfast earlier in the campaign. The Republic of Ireland take on Austria, 4:30 June the 11th, Sky Sports 1. And in the same group, Wales travel to a very impressive Serbia, 7:15 Sky Sports 1, June the 11th for that one. And Serbia have been really good in qualifying so far. Inspirations, Dusan Tadic and Alexander Mitrovic, who we know well. Southampton and Newcastle respectively. Here's Van den Berg, who's going to take aim here.
Well, the whole balance of the game has really changed. First 20-25 minutes, good possession-based football from Huddersfield. They were pressing high up the field. Now they're sitting off. Reading enjoying some possession. They're built into the game, and they're starting to be a threat.
Well, he's been very calm. Created a certain mentality, totally based on possession as well, his team's method of playing.
Yeah, it just underlines what I was saying there. They've just grown into the game as Huddersfield have sat off, and it's a little bit dangerous because Reading, we know, like to play that type of game. It's just whether they've got that cutting edge with Kermigan and Graben. Can they create opportunities for them?
Maybe misjudging that a fraction, and here's Kachunga. Izzy Brown. Wells. And Izzy Brown picking up the pieces, and Danny Williams in there to important effect again. There's one big opportunity has passed him by. Became a legend with that late winner against Leeds United, Hefele, earlier in the season. There's delivery. Thought about coming, then decided against it.
Well, the trouble with the ball in it is just too far. You can see the areas that Huddersfield are attacking here, near post, centre of goal. No one has made a run around the back, and that's what we have to do, fill all those areas. One of those three players might end up keeping the ball alive.
Player of the year for the second season in a row, Ali Al-Habsi, an outstanding contributor. He was asked about his biggest influences. He said, after God, John Burridge, the great former Aston Villa and Manchester City goalkeeper, and many others. Would have made a great banner on the Holt End in the 70s, that. He was a fireman at Muscat Airport before John Burridge got hold of him and turned him into a top-class goalkeeper. Here's Graben. Van den Berg. Here's Tyler Blackett. Evans. Grabban. Schindler at his back. Hogg dueling for the loose ball, and he'll get a free kick this time.
Well, there's that mopping up job that Jonathan Hogg does ever so well when the ball bounces off a striker. He's there, getting his body in the way, getting possession back. Then he's fouled, and this team can then get on the ball once again. He does this job so effectively. He is nudged in the back eventually.
Well, Captain Tommy Smith summed him up beautifully to me this week. He said, Hogg, what he does allows everybody else to do what they do. Forward by Hefele. Smith and Blackett tussling. There's Danny Williams. Moy not far away. Go Reading's way. Aaron Moy hoping for a double celebration. Got married last week. He'll be on international duty with Australia after this, so there's not much time to get it in. Really take the opportunity. Here's Williams. Kermigan. Grabban. Van der Parra was on the scene as well as Schindler. Schindler. Challenge from round the back, which can often have a fair amount of risk element attached. Smith.
It just seems like the attacking urgency has gone out of the game from both sides. Well, they know we're 5 minutes away from half-time. As the game has slowed down considerably.
One game away from a giant pot of gold. Dean Hoyle, the Huddersfield chairman, who got here by bicycle today in aid of charity. More in common, bringing faiths together. It's set up in honour of the murdered MP Joe Cox. He knew well. Completed a similar charity bike ride before their playoff final victory here 5 years ago on penalties against Sheffield United. He's ditched the lycra now and got his lucky socks on. Swift. Certainly fleet of foot there. Didn't find a way in. Bamboozle Hogg. Lost his footing. Raji Van der Parra to bring it away. Bring it away with purpose, he does. Danny Williams across. Has crept out of play. Given a free kick for the challenge on Van der Parra after a short delay.
Well, Danny Williams didn't seem to be anywhere near the ball. I'm not sure there's any great intent to actually catch Van der Parra, who seems to... Well, he actually slips. Well, that isn't any contact, that shouldn't be a free kick. Just con the referee there, Van der Parra, just throwing himself to the ground. Just runs across in front of him, Williams does nothing more.
Oh, yeah, stand much. That's up here, surprised that the free kick was the outcome there, but here's Tommy Smith.
it's probably the first half that we expect. It's been very tight. Two regular season games were tight. It's been tight this first 45 minutes, but those chances for Hefele and Brown, I just wonder will they really rue them from the end.
Schindler's challenge. Liam Moore. Here's Joey van den Berg. Tyler Blackett. Van den Berg. Good forward for Tommy Smith. Playing in a back three is really a midfield player. Van den Berg, indeed, often operated as a number 10 in his earlier days. Knows a little about the promotion business. That was Williams. Here's Moy. Kachunga. Tyler Blackett. Did well. Swift. Williams. Thiago Ilori. Gunter. In towards Graben, but Hefele will dominate that duel in the air, you would think. Up against Graben.
Yeah, it's not easy for Kermigan. And Graben up against two solid centre-halves in Hefele and Schindler. You've got Jonathan Hogg screening them as well. The service into those front two has to be absolutely spot on. There's no width in this Reading performance either. So Gunter and Blackett haven't got any crosses in. They haven't got high enough up the field to provide decent crosses into the front two.
So a couple of minutes remaining in this first half here. Reading yet to really fashion a big opportunity. Huddersfield ruining not taking a couple, and Rajiv van La Parra hoping to make another here. On he goes.
Oh, the Reading fans not happy. They felt the ball was out of play. The referee said play on. Van La Parra did his job. The problem is when he gets into a decent crossing position, he's only got Wells to actually aim for, and Van den Berg does really well. He's watching the ball, but he's watching his man as well. So even if that ball is right on the money for Wells, Van den Berg so close he can get in.
Hoping Van La Parra to join his brother Gini Wijnaldum in the Premier League next season. Izzy Brown. Now Williams. Gunter. Van La Parra, I mentioned already that he can be very diligent defensively. Tyler Blackett. Kermigan looking for the little around the corner, and he might get away here. And behind by Hefele.
Well, there's a couple of Huddersfield defenders, Hefele and Smith, waiting for each other to deal with this, and Kermigan is the most lively. That's why he manages to get on the ball. He's just whipping that ball across the 6-yard box, hoping it finds someone. Doesn't have time to look up and pick anybody out.
Well, they're a strong side of set pieces, Reading. And John Swift certainly has the quality. Liam Moore just trying to hide behind Tyler Blackett there. Pretty dangerously. It was Hogg who dealt with it, and that the last act of the first half, which in the end is a story of plenty of Reading possession, but two missed opportunities for Huddersfield. Mikael Hefele unable to get the connection on the header from a corner early on, and then Izzy Brown missing an absolutely glorious chance, which he would love to have again. at the break. It's Huddersfield Town 0, Reading 0 here at Wembley. To the occasion in this second half, really. It is Huddersfield attacking the goal behind which their voluble band of supporters are gathered. Hoping to follow Blackpool, who went into the history books yesterday, becoming the first team to win a playoff promotion from every division of the Football League. Congratulations to Gary Bowyer. Izzy Brown, now Aaron Moy. Hogg feeding Chris Lerver, and the power outside him, but he'll go for goal. Swift coming under pressure. Van der Parra too. Step too far from the Dutchman.
I expect to see more of the same in this second half that we saw in the first. I expect Huddersfield to try and get on the ball and force the issue, as they did so well in the opening maybe 25 minutes or so. But give Jaap Stam a lot of credit here. The tactical blueprint that he had against Fulham, he's put into practice again. It's about stifling Huddersfield. At the moment, just maybe hoping for a mistake more than anything else. There's no real intensity, no urgency to go and win the game themselves. They might change that, possibly with substitutions in the final 15 minutes.
Well, they've got Gareth McCleary on the bench, as you've heard. Jordan Abita is a more attacking wing-back than Tyler Blackett. Both of them have a degree of fitness issues. Jordan Abita just back from an ankle injury. Gareth McCleary actually needs a groin operation. That's why he hasn't been a central figure in the playoff campaign so far. Here's Gunter. Williams. Into George Evans. Oh, Swift able to take it in his stride, and it had some venom behind it. Hefele not certain. Gunter, Swift. Hefele getting more distance on the clearance on that occasion. Well, it does seem that Reading are about to rise to this challenge.
Well, as I say, that a good goalkeeper should make. It was right down his throat, but it's George Evans that actually changed the picture for Reading going forward. He made it a break from a holding midfield role and then involved Swift.
Forward by Moore. Wells putting his former teammate at Bradford City under pressure. And he'll find Izzy Brown. And drive he will. Vandenberg's got to be careful. Brown has got away. Wells. Vandenberg's challenge again. Crucial importance, that one. Crucial too that he got absolutely all of the ball.
Well, the game just starting to open up. That's encouraging for the neutral start of this second half. Chances coming along.
Van der Parra. Thiago Ilori in a real duel.
Oh, Joey Vandenberg does really well here, just to stay on his feet and not go diving in. That is a really well-timed challenge. His trailing leg, if he maybe follows through with that, could have been a risky one, but he's been booked, and that has to be on his mind. He has to be so careful when he makes challenges.
Challenged by a disbelieving Danny Williams. Tommy Smith and Jonathan Hogg may be suggesting that did reach the threshold that others have seen yellow cards for.
Danny Williams, we saw it in the first half. He has to get through his man. Just leaves a little bit on Löwe. I think he knows what he's doing. He knows he's going to get to the ball, but he just leaves a little bit on his man as well. And slightly fortunate he's not been booked. He's seen a few yellow cards for similar types of challenges.
Löwe. Wells. He's looked pretty sharp in the last couple of games, Nicky Wells. Kachunga might get away. Tommy Smith disappointed that there was more on that than he hoped.
That's just the weight of the final pass, but Tyler Blackett is really fortunate here. For the first time, really, Tommy Smith runs away from him. Blackett doesn't stay with him. See, Tommy Smith plays the ball, makes his run inside Blackett, who doesn't realise he's there. Just the weight of that pass, far too heavy. Kachunga could have played Smith in, should have done, really.
They are such a crucial combination for Huddersfield down that right side, where the bulk of the threat comes from.
You can just see the problem, though, for the Reading wing-backs. If Blackett or Gunter switch off, they've got problems. And this is George Evans, you see here, number 6, breaking forward. He played alongside Danny Williams for most of the first half. He got forward, disrupted the Huddersfield midfield. That's why then Swift can have a bit of time on the ball, but Danny Ward, it's a comfortable save, really.
John Swift urging them on. He's had a fine season. It's interesting, Reading midfield, the setup in there is a little different to what we've seen for most of the season. They usually play with just the one holder.
I think the problem is with Huddersfield, you've got Aaron Moy, you've got Izzy Brown as well, who like to get forward, so maybe playing Williams and Evans as a holding pair. You can understand that's trying to contain two of Huddersfield's most dangerous midfielders. Then as the play develops, the game develops, you can start to take a few more risks, and Evans certainly did that for that opportunity for Swift.
Thiago Ilori. Here's Grabber. Swift sold a little short. Van La Parra nipped in and has got his team a free kick.
Well, Swift knows exactly what he's doing here, because he gets done completely by Van La Parra. Fancy footwork, just holds on to his man. It's a poor ball back to him, actually, but Van La Parra is looking to break away. Swift isn't going to let him.
At Chelsea was actually let go by the club at a very young age, but bounced back from that. Izzy Brown trying to get through the Chelsea loanee.
Well, Laurie did really well there, read the forward ball, ran a really good defensive line, just stepped in front of Brown. It's not a foul, he's just actually stopping Brown get to the ball. Good piece of defending.
Gunter. Grabber. Kerrigan's header. There's Swift. Out to Gunter. Many opportunities to deliver a ball from an advanced position, Chris Gunter, today.
We're just starting to see George Evans creep forward in central midfield, starting to see Chris Gunter step forward as a right wing back. Reading take a few more risks going forward.
Vandenberg making the trip to deliver here. What are the actions at the edge of the box here? The referee's got eyes firmly on it. Acrobatic effort from Kerrigan. Well, maybe a few tactical tweaks at half-time, but he would have been tearing the paper off the walls or giving them the hairdryer treatment. I'm reliably informed he's not raised his voice in anger all season. Doesn't need to, I suppose. One look would be enough, I think.
I did wonder when he came over to say hello to you why you ran away.
Things have been happening behind the scenes. There's been a lot of speculation about Jaap Stam's future because of the takeover. Sir John Medeski still the chairman. Lady Sassima on the left there, no longer the principal owner. Chinese consortium have taken a 75% stake in the club. Just getting their hands on an English club after a failed bid to take over at Hull City. Supporters alerting Danny Williams to McKee Wells' presence. Because they're at them. Find Tyler Blackett. In towards Grabban. Jonathan Hock popping up on the scene. It's worth a reminder that he was fearing for more than his season, his career back in March, Jonathan Hock, when he suffered what was deemed at the time to be a fractured neck. Grabban hoping to get away.
That's a decent bit of defending here from Heffler. And this is the problem really for both sides. They don't have anybody with blistering pace who can run behind defenders. So Heffler just has to really stay shoulder to shoulder with Grabban. And it's going to be very hard for the striker to get a decent shot goalwards. See how Heffler just leans into him. He actually goes at it with his wrong foot as well, Grabban. You've got to strike that with your left foot, surely.
And Heffler doing well. He had the rough edges knocked off him by the great Klaus Augenthaler, West Germany and Bayern legend. Rugged and classy. Throw in the outcome. Expected it to be anything other than on a knife edge, really. The two regular season meetings finished 1-0. Reading winning on their own ground thanks to a deflected goal from Roy Berens. That's 10 men after Rajiv van der Parra was sent off. Van der Parra's not had the greatest of fortunes against Reading because he missed a penalty in the game at Huddersfield. A wonderful save actually from Ali Al-Habsi. They got a late winner through Phil Billing, their promising Danish midfielder. Sadly, is injured. Danny Williams popping up again.
Yeah, the destructive Danny Williams, absolutely brilliant job. Moy looking to kind of spark a counter-attack, and there's Williams snapping in, winning the ball back.
It's Grabban. Hogg doing again that similar job. Danny Williams, Swift. George Evans. Tyler Blackett. Chunga willing defensive work or two.
I think probably the final 15 minutes of the first half, Reading starting to get on the ball a little bit more as Huddersfield sat off, and they've carried that through into the second half, really enjoying some possession. They just play with a bit more urgency, a bit more zip and tempo. I do feel they can create an opportunity to win the game.
In the end, a free kick given against Elias Kachunga for his challenge on Tyler Blackett. Well, we shall see whether that will be a costly foul. to be more potent from corners than free kicks, but we shall see. Kermorgant together with Schindler in there. Danny Ward has some business to attend to. Gunter. He'll have a crack with his left foot. Oh, Kermorgant loves the acrobatics. Vandenberg putting his head in where it hurts, but it will break Huddersfield's way, and it's Izzy Brown. Out to Kachunga, and there's promise. The promise snuffed out by the intervention of Tyler Blackett.
That's a really important foot in from Blackett as well, because if Kachunga had taken possession of this, Tommy Smith was flying forward in support of him. So it's important that the wing-back manages to get a toe on this. And clearly plays the ball off Kachunga, vital touch.
He's had too much to say. And Elias Kachunga is booked. He is a natural centre forward. Indeed, he often started in that position in the early weeks of the season for Huddersfield. Aaron Moy. Uncharacteristically surrendered possession, Reading. And the Parrot looking to make hay. It's behind by Chris Gunter. And encouragement for the supporters behind that goal, who have certainly been winning the shouting match in the stands. Is darting around, and they found him here. Moy. It's not what he intended, but it may yet pay off. Hogg kept it alive. Schindler's swing, and Hefele goes down. Well, it's a big shout.
Well, it's Vandenberg, I think, who has a wild swing at the ball. Is Hefele making a meal of this, or is it a genuine foul? Here's Vandenberg closing in. I don't think there's too much contact actually on Hefele. He seems to throw himself, maybe hoping the referee will fall for it.
Certainly Hefele felt it was worth the appeal, and so did many around him.
Yeah, I don't think Vandenberg maybe appreciates where Hefele is. He's only got eyes for the ball. I don't think there's an awful lot of contact there on Hefele. Does make a bit of a meal of it. Referee's got a decent view. And he's absolutely sure it's not a penalty. I agree with him.
Up now to Izzy Brown. Kachunga turning it on for Smith.
This is the free kick down the other end that John Swift knocks into the box. I see it so often, players, defenders grabbing hold of the man they're up against, and you do run a huge risk. See Tommy Smith there, he's not actually looking at the ball, he's got a hold of Blackett. The referee sees that, he has to give a penalty, because if Smith's looking at the ball, it's a different story, but he actually turns and grabs hold of his man. It's massively risky.
Well, the first change of the day, and that's Jordan Abita, who was such an outstanding figure in the first leg of the semi-final. Scored a goal of vital importance and snuffed out the threat of Fulham's raiding right-back Ryan Fredericks, but rolled his ankle in the very last seconds. Joey Vandenberg is on a yellow card. That might have come into the thinking as well as the tactical side of it.
Yeah, the personnel changes. Blackett will just play as a third centre-half, a left-hand-sided centre-half of the three. And Abita, he was sensational that game at Craven Cottage. He's disappointed to come off Vandenberg, but he's been booked as well. Can be a little bit reckless. He's a player who could cost Reading. You can maybe understand the substitution.
Here is Lerber. Moyes flick. Beautiful foot by Danny Williams. Well, it's big Colin Quanner getting ready to come on. Signed in January from Union Berlin. Made an impact coming on playing from the right in the semi-final as a late substitute at Hillsborough. Tyler Blackett with a new and I would say more comfortable role for him, actually a centre-back. Hearing that he's going to replace Elias Kachunga as he did at Hillsborough. Wells is there, and Wells is feeling that he was fouled.
Blackett seems to step across his line. If there's no contact, it isn't a foul as well as looking to again con the referee. There's no contact there from Blackett, so yeah, he's throwing himself to the ground trying to get the free kick from the referee.
Well, they were relying a little bit on Elias Kachunga's natural fitness today to get him through after that hamstring injury, and he's cutting a disconsolate figure here. Their top scorer departs the scene with the playoff final still to be won.
That's probably in many ways a similar substitution to Van den Berg coming off. You see how frustrated and angry Kachunga is. He's been booked as well. I think David Wagner's done the right thing on here. Put on a player in Quanner who was superb when he came on at Hillsborough. Gave Daniel Pudil a load of problems at left back. I think this is the right move from Wagner. Take off a player who's just getting a little bit heated.
To an imposing figure, Quanner, and impressive in that right-sided position at Hillsborough, in that late cameo, really, which did steal the show effectively in the normal time, setting up that equaliser.
I think the problem Quanner might have is up against the back four that day, and he could actually get isolated against the left back. He's got a different problem here because he's got Obita as a wing back. And then Blackett is an extra centre-half, so it's slightly more of a problem for him because I presume Obita will stay touch tight with him.
Here's Moore. Tyler Blackett. George Evans. The beater. Kind of needing to show defensive diligence as well up against Jordan Obita. Make it so, Mr. Wagner, the message. Huddersfield's most famous fan, and indeed president of their academy. Wells is showing for it. Now it's under his spell, and he'll find Chris Lerber here. Rajiv Van La Parra. Get in there, but it's on the bracket's head. Moy with a strike. Quanner gets it back from Smith.
Van La Parra did really well to dig out the cross, but Quanner and Brown have just stood watching. They've got to gamble and expect a decent ball into the box.
He's big and powerful, but there's a feeling he's not as physically imposing as he might be. given his size. Wells felled by Chris Gunter there. A situation of promise here for Huddersfield Town.
Well, this one did look a foul. He got goal side of Gunter, just maybe nudged him in the back, and again Wells keen to go to ground. If he is nudged like this and there's decent contact, someone steps across you, and see what the referee's given it.
He might fancy it himself, actually, Wells. Scored a fine free kick earlier in the season against Blackburn, which earned them a crucial point.
Well, the angle and the distance is certainly against him. He's got a giant goalkeeper to beat as well. This would be some free kick if he managed to score.
Heffler and Brown providing Ali Al-Habsi with some further obstacles as Schindler moves away. There's a head of Jan Kermigan in the wall that McKee Wells found. Brown to take over. Van La Parra. Williams looking for a route out as yellow shirts converge. He's done well. Advantage play because he was clipped, Williams. Swift finding Kernigan. In towards Graben, who hoped to get there. Heffler got his foot on the end of it, but that was a tantalising ball.
It's a brilliant ball in, but again the anticipation from Heffler, knowing where the cross is going to end up, and he's there first.
Kermigan there with Jonathan Horgan. It's Kermigan who won the battle. Now Graben. Heffler's in there. Stole it cleanly. Towards both Wells and Van La Parra, and it's the latter who picks up possession. Danny Williams, US international, brought up in Germany, son of a serviceman. Actually been to America before he got his passport. Here's Gunter. Thiago Alori.
Oh, will it be a touch of brilliance? Will it be a mistake? We need to settle this game in normal time, but I've got to utter the dreaded words. Is it going to be extra time and penalties? We knew it was going to be a tight contest, and it's absolutely proved that way.
Here's Van La Parra. Hogg. Certainly dropping just at the moment. Heffler urging calm there to Danny Ward as he looks long towards Colin Quanah. Actually done a lot of work in the gym, bulking himself up since he came to England. Here's Brown. Moy for the target anyway. There's going to be a Reading change. There's going to be a Reading change. Lewis Graben's race is run. Gareth McCleary, had he been fully fit, would surely have been a greater influence, you would have thought, on this playoff campaign.
That substitution really tells you what is going through Yapstam's mind. He's looking to win this game in 90 minutes, sending on one of his most dangerous players. Not fully fit, but he can have a huge impact in the final 15 minutes or so.
Just got his foot in there. Rallying cry from Yapstam, who's been through so many of these big occasions. Kept things as normal as possible in the build-up to the game, even though it has been a long wait for the showpiece occasion to come around. Huddersfield broke it up by heading to the sunshine, having some relaxing days on the beach in Portugal. Came here yesterday for before the League Two final. Had a little run out at Watford's training ground. Could be a booking for Smith.
Well, that hand, it's up in apology, it's a poor pass. Again, clever footwork, powerful play from Williams. He knows what he's doing, Smith, just stopping the counter-attack at source.
Changes that Reading have made suggest, as you said, Andy, that they want to be brave and try and take care of the business here in 90 minutes. Gareth McCleary. Danny Lord's in charge. Well, applause from Jan Kermit, who tried to steal possession there. He was a little bit naughty there, maybe, running into the back of Heffler and trying to make out that himself had committed a bit of an indiscretion. Here's Moy. Danny Williams is beaten this time. Oh, and it was Colin Quanah who came in when Wells was poised.
Well, Wells has to be screaming at Quanah to leave this ball, because Moy his intention is to play that into the feet of Wells. For the first time, really, Danny Williams gets the challenge wrong. Stay on your feet, don't go to ground. He's playing that ball to the penalty spot to Wells, and Quanah intervenes. Wells needs to be screaming at him, leave it. It's a much better chance for the centre-forward.
And no one on the field who they'd prefer to have it, had it reached Nicky Wells. Well, they've had real moments of regret. Too early on, and that there. Life is a huge word in sport. Moy touched them combatively there with Danny Williams. He won't get away from him second time, but he's back for more. Great stuff. Hogg, Quanah. Hogg again. To find that little extra something, both sides in the final third. Just one effort on target each. Izzy Brown. Get away from George Evans. They'll be very familiar with each other. They played a lot against each other in under-21 football and earlier youth levels. Wells. Just too much of Raju Banlapara, who has let his frustration show a little. Maybe letting a bit of world weariness show as well. Such a high energy style that Huddersfield have. Often it's the case, as in the league game against Yapstam's Reading at Huddersfield, that high energy style wears them down, and in the last few minutes they pounce. Well, they've quite got what is required in the tank to do that here today remains to be seen. McCleary hoping to get away. Hasn't got much in the way of support. Heffler brings him down.
Well, Heffler has a huge problem as soon as Gareth McCleary gets turned and faced up with him. Force him away from goal. Once he gets turned and running at you, you've got a problem. As you step off him like that, then try and step in and win the ball. Oh, he's nowhere near it, Heffler.
Nothing more than a free kick from referee Neil Swarbrick against the big Bavarian.
You can see Heffler actually appealing to Neil Swarbrick, saying, don't book me, don't book me. There's been a few challenges in this second half, 2 or 3. I feel the referee should have been getting out his yellow card.
A bit of inspiration here from John Swift. We've entered that stage when one may well be enough. Maybe trying something a little different. Certainly did not come off.
Well, it's Lerver that was really sharp there. And of course, he gets to this stage of a game at Wembley. Physically, mentally, he can get very tired, but Lerver knew exactly what Swift was looking to do there. Stay with McCleary and clear the danger.
He's got a bit of Champions League experience. Chris Lerver with Borussia Dortmund. Jürgen Klopp took him there. Christopher Schindler, another signing from Germany. Much more stable club than his previous one, Munich 1860. He says he could write a bestseller about what went on there. Intriguing. The blue and white of the München for the blue and white of Huddersfield most weeks. Gunter looking to get in behind Lerver, and he will succeed. Well, vital intervention by Heffler. Kermigan loitering with considerable intent.
Well, Lerver goes to sleep. Heffler certainly doesn't. Again, Gunter just gets on his bike. Lerver gets caught underneath the ball, but Heffler's positioning here. He doesn't get caught ball watching, he stays with his man. He knows the cross is going to come in. It's a great first touch from Gunter, but brilliant positioning from the centre half.
Well, I certainly know what Gunter was appealing for there, but Heffler making sure there that he's got to get switched on again quickly. Jordan Obita poised to deliver here for Reading. Heffler got on the end of it. But no easy way out there for Huddersfield with everybody back. Obita's ball. Oh, and Heffler! Well, Thiago Ilori with relatively wide open space there in the box.
Well, the problem is he's a centre-half. No one's screaming at him to take the ball down. If this is Kermigan, I think he kills it and then shoots, but he's just looking to help it on. He doesn't realise how much space he's got in the penalty area.
Assistant just delaying it a fraction because the referee was having words in the middle. Victor's ball and Danny Ward takes charge. But this is beginning to turn into Reading dominance. Good spell for them, at least. Can they make something of it? Quana back there getting his head on it. Izzy Brown. Williams nipping in, but Wells might get away. Ilori got a touch. Here's Aaron Moy for Huddersfield. Izzy Brown. Lerver. Grateful his earlier mistake didn't come to anything. Van La Parra. Smith. Oh, Kermigan. Oh, where he was coming. Tommy Smith. Oh, striker from Brittany. With what was a clean challenge, but clearly a painful one for the Huddersfield captain.
Yeah, the problem for Tommy Smith, he actually sets himself to shoot, doesn't know Kermigan's at his back. It was a good challenge. Just wonder whether Smith actually kicks through Kermigan as he goes to shoot. See, he's set himself, and he actually does. He actually kicks Kermigan. It's not a foul, it's a brilliant challenge. Again, Smith gambling, getting forward, but that is outstanding defensive work from the centre forward.
Pause for breath at a crucial moment as Tommy Smith receives treatment. Slightly different demeanours, the calmness of Jaap Stam very evident. Real consistency in his delivery. Wagner at times can get a little more ebullient, as we saw notably against Leeds United earlier in the season. Well, don't forget, next season it's the prize they're fighting for here today, to play in the Premier League. 126 live games next season. And just one more from the EFL, including all the showpiece action in the playoffs. It has been a wonderful season in this division, some tremendous stories emerging. Remarkable rises as Casey Palmer, a man who many thought had seen the last of action this season, is going to come on in the final few minutes here. He returned to his parent club Chelsea for treatment. Getting a briefing there from Andy Hughes, crucial figure behind the scenes, first team coach. Interesting to see which role he will fill. It's going to be a straight replacement for Izzy Brown, who was actually brought in to play wide with Palmer in the centre. Izzy Brown has done so well since Casey Palmer has been out of the side that there's never really any great question of usurping him. But that may be delayed, and plans may well be changed because of the concern over their captain here.
Well, if Tommy Smith has to go off, it'll be a really sad end to what has been a sensational season for him. You can't lay any blame at the door of Jan Kermigan. It's a brilliant recovery challenge, but it's just the way that he kicks through Kermigan. That's how he's picked up this injury.
Well, it looks as though Huddersfield are going to have to replace him. So sadly for the captain. That's Martin Craney getting ready. Southampton youth set up in the days of Walcott and Bale.
Yeah, if Craney does come on, you might think he'd be slightly more conservative than Tommy Smith, but think again, because he will push on down the right-hand side as much as he can.
Well, I remember saying exactly those words, and then early on in the game at Derby, he went rampaging down the flank and made a goal for Colin Quanner on that occasion on Easter Monday.
Once again, it's Wagner's formation, so whoever plays within that formation, whatever the personnel, that's what you're encouraged to do. With Jonathan Ogg sitting, if you play as a full-back for David Wagner, he wants you over the halfway line when he can.
Well, it looks like Casey Palmer will be held back for the moment, and it will just be the single change. But what a sad way, one of the stars, not just of Huddersfield's season, but of the Championship season, to leave an occasion such as this. A real shining light. I certainly hope it's only a short-term concern. So Martin Craney, plenty of experience under his belt, is the replacement. operate as a centre-back, Martin Crady. He wouldn't, I suppose, naturally be as attacking a right-back as Tommy Smith, but that's the role you've got to fulfil in this team. Just over 5 minutes. We waited for the treatment to be administered there to Tommy Smith, and Jonathan Hogg has received the armband. Certainly full of desire and determination there. That is Crady. Moy. Hogg. And it's proving to be a very even tussle. A moment for a hero. There's going to be in excess of 5 minutes of added time.
Yeah, normally when the ball goes up, there's kind of a roar from one set of fans and kind of a sharp intake of breath from another, but the way the game is poised, I think both sets of fans will roar their team on when they see the amount of minutes we're going to play at the end.
Here's Raji van La Parra, now Chris Lerber. Van La Parra. Izzy Brown, 7 minutes. Izzy Brown driving forward and forcing a corner. Well, moments like this, so important at this stage of the game. It's a nail-biter. Swarbrick just ensuring that there's at least a suggestion the ball is making contact with some paint. Moy's delivery beyond Hefele.
Well, that's really unlike Aaron Moy. Key stage of the game, you're relying on his quality. He's been brilliant all season, really overcooks that badly.
Well, he sets such high standards for himself, Aaron Moy. Maybe a bit of cramp for Hefele. Well, the Wembley occasion can do that.
I just wonder what Casey Palmer is thinking. It looked like he was going to be coming on, then Tommy Smith went off, so Craney had to come on. If Hefele can't continue, the natural replacement will be Hudson, and we might not see Casey Palmer.
Chunga cutting a little calmer figure now. Hefele forward. Now Van La Parra. Into trouble in the end. Now here's McCleary. There's not a lot of support at the moment, but it's arriving. Gunter! Hogan saying, I was here.
Well, this would have been hugely controversial because John Swift, when he makes the challenge on Van La Parra, he kind of looks at the referee knowing it's a foul. He actually catches his man, he actually stops, appeals to the referee plays on. And it is a difficult opportunity for Chris Gunter. The ball's in the air an awful long time, he's trying to get over this and power it goalwards. That's not an easy chance by any means. And this is what McCleary can give you on either flank. You take fullbacks on and defenders on down the outside, on the inside. And that's difficult for Gunter.
Well, he wouldn't be at the top of your list of potential match winners in terms of getting An important goal Chris Gunter once he struck this season against the former club in Nottingham Forest. Morgan seems to be struggling a bit.
Yeah, he got caught by Heffler.
George Evans. Just not as certain as he might be with his foothold there. Evans. Kerrigan and Heffler together. Doing so much to him. A late starter in football. Jan Kermigan was told as a teenager he may never walk again, never mind play football, when he was confined to a wheelchair through leukemia.
He's got amazing resilience, and he's hardly had a sniff really this afternoon, but for experienced centre forwards, it's about keeping the faith, just being ready for that one opportunity, as he did against Fulham with that penalty in the second leg of the semi-final. He's got to be ready if a chance comes along.
He's been sufficiently ready 19 times this season. That's a great steal by Kwana. Brown. Moy.
Well, just looking at the Huddersfield backline here, maybe their mindset as well. If Tommy Smith was on, I think he'd be flying forward in support, but Martin Craney, who's on in his place, staying alongside the two centre-halves, clearly not willing to step forward to give Reading the opportunity to counter-attack.
Kermigan rising well. That's Hogg. Moy. Characteristic slice of the ball with John Swift buzzing around him. Wells losing out. Liam Moore attempting a flash of skill. That's Kermigan. Gareth McCleary with Craney. John Swift. Is there a chance? Is there one window of opportunity to come in normal time? It's Swift. That may well see us through to extra time. Well, he played in a side that didn't need extra time. They produced something a little bit special in stoppage time, you may remember. That night in Barcelona, as it's often labelled. Kermigan. Forward by Lerver, into Izzy Brown. Trying to spin away from George Evans. Taken out by Moore. It's Wells. Al-Halapti always behind it.
Well, it's a brilliant piece of refereeing to let the game flow, because Huddersfield still had the ball. He's always going to shoot with time running out. Comfortable save.
That's the last act of normal time. Neither side could find a breakthrough, and now may rely heavily on the inspirational words of their managers in the moments to come. After 90 minutes it's goalless, extra time to come here at Wembley. And we'll go through the preliminaries again. Extra time at Wembley, Andy.
Yeah, I think coaching over 90 minutes is tough enough. It gets even tougher when you get into the usually uncharted waters of extra time as well. Both coaches have got one substitution up their sleeves. It was all about timing. Are they going to be positive? Are they trying to hold on to what they've got, play for penalties? Well, let's be honest about this. This game was never going to be 4-3. We've got the final really we expected. It's been tense, it's been cagey. We need a hero.
Chris Gunter. Stand-in captain Jonathan Hogg after Tommy Smith's desperate disappointment. Well, I think there was a general feeling that this game could well go the distance. Into an extra 30 minutes we go. Martin Craney. Here's McKee Wells, deprived an excellent chance towards the end by Colin Quanner's unwanted intervention. Forward by Tyler Blackett. Moy. It's Liam Moore. And full of calm and composure in the heart of the back line, and Williams finding Gunter. Time when that all-important big game experience may well come to the fore. Into Williams. Schindler able to see it out.
Well, both sets of players might have the intent to go and win the game in extra time. It's just whether they've got the fitness levels and the real desire. You really have to dig deep. You know how hard you have to dig to get promotion. And this is as tough as it gets, extra time at Wembley, because it really does sap the energy out of you.
Izzy Brown. Now Quanner. Trying to bludgeon his way forward, and he's forced a corner here. Agony, I'm sure, but he's been through this experience before. Dean Hoyle, the Huddersfield chairman. It was extra time and penalties 5 years ago in the League One final against Sheffield United. Of course, the semi-final experience will come in very handy for Huddersfield as well. Heffler going to the back this time, Quanner to the near. Brown to turn it on. Well, we can get some insight from what Jaap Stam was saying to his players just before extra time began, from David Craig. David.
Yes, Dan, interesting down on the touchline during that little break. Jaap Stam was impressing on his players that he felt that Huddersfield's energy levels were dropping and that Reading must move the ball quicker. So it'll be interesting to see if his kill energy may have worked.
Thank you, David. Interesting. It seemed that there wasn't maybe quite the same tempo about Huddersfield's play. It's understandable, obviously, isn't it, on this kind of occasion.
Well, it may not be true, but as a coach, you've got to try and put that idea in the mind of your players that actually you're technically better than them, you're fitter than stronger than, you actually outrun them. Doesn't matter whether it's true or not, if your players believe it, it could work.
Swift. Blackett. Swift trying to spin away from Jonathan Hogg. And ultimately fooled himself.
Well, he's got 3 teammates in the box. He's done all the hard work. Brilliant touch around the corner to get away from Hogg. Just whip the ball in. Don't try and be too clever.
We've watched from the stands at Wembley before, John Swift. Not chock full of Wembley experience, either side really. It's Jordan Obita, one of their own for Reading. John Swift. Hunter wants it over on the far side. Well, it's no way to end the day for Tommy Smith. Patched up sufficiently to at least take a watching brief during this extra time.
I just wonder if Huddersfield do get promoted, but those crutches will be thrown away and have a new lease of life. We'll see.
I'm reminded of Millwall's Tony Craig a few years ago, who defied doctor's advice to charge up the many more Wembley steps these days to collect his medal back in 2010. He'd been injured during the game. Evans. Blackett. Swift. George Evans. Now Danny Williams. It's the usual Reading routine. Into John Swift. Here's Tyler Blackett again. John Swift. George Evans. Jordan Obita. Now Thiago Ilori. Williams. Blackett. Now George Evans once more. In towards Kerrigan. Heffeler. Grateful defending that kind of ball. Aaron Boy. Who dictates the tempo for Huddersfield Town. I remember one game earlier in the season where we were on the verge of giving him the Man of the Match award, and we found out later the coaching staff felt that it was the worst game he'd had all season. It's the standards he's set. Up towards Quagga. Danny Williams. He's still got plenty left in the tank. Wrote down an early message. Yep, Stan, first day of pre-season. It was all about working on shape. Well, Izzy Brown departs. One Chelsea loanee disappears. Still not knowing the potential impact of that early miss. Casey Palmer coming on and getting the warmest of welcomes back. Not played since early February. Battle against Leeds United in front of our cameras. He was replaced by Izzy Brown that day, who started an attack with his first touch and finished it by scoring with his second touch. It's commonly remembered for David Wagner's little incursion onto the pitch and into the Leeds technical area. Tyler Blackett. George Evans. Two Mancunians in this Reading side. We've already seen a Mancunian winning manager this weekend at Wembley. Tyler Blackett well overcooking that. Manchester-born Gary Bowyer yesterday with Blackpool.
There's a really tired ball in there from Tyler Blackett, hitting home more than anything else. Players looking very tired, slowed down to a testimonial pace.
Well, this fella's a little gem of a player. John Swift going off. But Liam Kelly coming on. He's made an extraordinary advance this season. Spent a period of last season on loan at Bath City. Now here fighting for a place in the Premier League.
Well, the coaches have played all their cards now in terms of substitutions. We're looking at those substitutes with clearly more energy than the rest of the players. Could they be the key to winning the game for one team or the other?
Casey Palmer. Just going to get involved, have that little bit of freshness. We play a fraction deeper. He's met by Thiago Ilori. Lerver. Moy. Palmer. And carried by his fellow new man, Liam Kelly. Palmer's ball could be a beauty. Quana coming in.
It's an intelligent run. At times Quana wants the ball into his feet so he can take a fullback or a wing back on. It's an intelligent run that he makes inside of Vita, who didn't stay with him. Just the weight of the pass too strong for him to actually get hold of.
Here's McCleary.
It's certainly worth the pops. It opens up quite nicely for him again. He has to do this. If Birmingham is going to try and pin the two centre-halves back, he has to drop into the space, that number 10 role. McCleary try and turn and either play killer passes or get his shots away. Just went for power more than precision there, way over the target.
Tyler Blackett. Birmingham up. Feeling he was caught. He needs a bit of attention. Keffeler certainly came down heavily.
Two very physical players. Trying to get to the ball first. Birmingham helps it on. Nasty one clash of heads, and Birmingham, it's good to see him react so quickly. She appealed to the referee to stop the game. Neither Heffler had a problem. It's sportsmanship.
He's taken a few knocks today, Heffler. He's really endeared himself to the Huddersfield supporters, although he will admit that he had major doubts in the early part of the season as to whether it was the right move from Dinamo Dresden. They just won promotion. He was captain, and he couldn't get in the side at Huddersfield. Finally deposing long-serving skipper Mark Hudson.
He's a passionate defender, loves to get to the ball first, but he's shown on a number of occasions has that ability to read the game so well. It's so important for modern centre-halves to read the movement that's going on around them.
Ball needs to go back to Huddersfield as Heffler comes back on. Here's Heppeler again. Martin Craney. It's George Evans. Liam Kelly. Quanah intervening. Ball to Kermaghan. And now here's Jordan Abita for Reading. Tyler Blackett. Kelly has actually been rikened by his manager. Here he is on the ball to Andres Iniesta. Well, managers may dismiss him on his size alone, especially as, generally speaking, he's been playing as a holding midfielder this season. Well, blatant shirt tug on Quanah has to be a booking for Abita.
Another problem there for Jordan Abita. He got caught upfield, ready to give the ball away cheaply, and Quanah with his size and athleticism was away. And Abita saying, "I'm having none of that."
Third Reading man in the book. Heading towards the turnaround in extra time. Still clear-cut chances at a premium. O'Hara being carried well. It's Hogg. Heffler. Now here's Quanah. Into Martin Craney. Quanah trying to get away, but the foot in from Tyler Blackett. 2 further minutes at the end of this first period of extra time. Fourth official Stuart Atwell down there. Extra pair of eyes and ears. Referee the first leg of Reading's semi-final against Fulham. Here's Liam Moore. Wembley alive to the sound of Yorkshire voices. Hogg. Now here's Moy. Wrestling by McCleary. Did really well. Here's Kelly. Now Williams. Gunter. Kelly. McCleary. Trying to work a shooting chance. Not wide of the target.
Well, his frustration tells a story, because he is a player from this type of range who has the ability to, at the very least, hit the target. He just moves that ball onto his left foot, and from there he's got to be working the goalkeeper at the very least. Just snatches at it. That's well wide in the end, but that's a good opportunity.
Oh, the agony of it. It's not the despair, you know, it's the hope.
It's so disheartening, because the team worked so hard, the coaches worked so hard to put players in that type of position, just to open up half a yard of space in a really tight game, and then you're reliant on their quality, hit the target, work the goalkeeper, and they don't do it.
Well, halfway through extra time, still no breakthrough, although Gareth McCleary coming the closest in that first period of extra time. It is still goalless here at Wembley. Oh, we'll soon find out, Scott. Well, if the tension's anywhere near what it's like in the commentary box alone. Reading to get the ball rolling then in this second period of extra time.
Well, for David Wagner, for Jaap Stam, the big question is, are you willing to risk losing it in trying to win it? And I'm not sure either coach is willing to take the biggest risk of their coaching lives.
Well, there's someone out there going to go, I don't care for penalties. I'm going to be brave enough to take a risk. Brave enough to get out there and win it. Here's George Evans. Up against Casey Palmer. Liam Kelly beaten to it by the foot of Martin Craney. Huddersfield with the more recent experience of this situation. Is there any advantage in that?
No, to me it's just all about the occasion. It's all about here and now.
Effectively echoing the words of David Wagner before the game this week. It's not about experience, it's about the moment. Brady. Juana. Kelly. Christopher Schindler for Huddersfield. Well, it's lively. Tyler Blackett away. Take by Kernigan and Gareth McCleary on the move. Christopher Schindler, his direct opponent.
A brilliant piece of defending from Schindler. Initially I thought he was going to go flying in and try and win the ball, but he stayed on his feet, he watched the ball and won it back. That was brilliant.
He's been a bit of an unsung hero this year for Huddersfield, Christopher Schindler. Been excellent. Jonathan Hogg feels he's unsung. Christopher Schindler feels because Hogg has certainly had garlands of praise in the commentary box. Juana driving on. Huddersfield Town fans behind that goal, perhaps sensing that the moment is nigh. Some looking for a bit of divine intervention. Will they boldly go? Schindler's got completely free in there. Hefele coming in at the back.
Yeah, the ball was always just too strong for him to actually get to it. I don't think he's ever going to score once he's run beyond that far post. He's probably just looking to keep it alive. It's actually Liam Moore does a brilliant defensive job again. He knows he's not going to get to the ball more, but he just stops Hefele getting there as well. That's good defending.
Grab a few goals as an auxiliary striker this season, notably against Aston Villa and Rochdale. He scored twice in the FA Cup playing up front. A reminder of his younger days. I'm sure he'll have a few little reminders of his efforts in this game in the morning. Not quite a few knocks. Here's Chris Lerver. Rajiv van La Parra for Huddersfield. Can he get the better of Gunter? Can't get the better of Thiago Ilori, who took a risk.
Well, there's no real complaints from Van La Parra. Normally if a player is shoved off the ball and it is a foul, they're up and appealing to the referee.
Williams. Challenged by Hogg. Has to be restrained, already booked.
As if butter wouldn't melt his mouth here, Jonathan Hogg. Does he get to the ball? Well, he just steps across his man and then tries to get out of the way, but the foul has already been committed. Is this a foul? Ilori leaning across Van La Parra? Absolutely no foul at all.
This is not going to turn a bit against Reading this season. Rajiv van La Parra mentioned it already, sending off in one game, missed penalty in another. That's a subject we may be returning to very shortly. Look at trying to feed Liam Kelly. Jaap Stam has placed a great deal of faith in the young man this season. Described his technique and his passing as world class. He's already been called up to the Republic of Ireland squad, Basingstoke boy, but grandparents from Mayo and Leitrim.
He's a very sharp, busy player, and he's always on the move. And you see Koenigan there was looking to flick that ball into his path. The weight of the ball forward was too heavy, but Kelly was on the move, expecting a decent ball.
Brady, Palmer. Might yet get away from Williams. Oh, McCleary is offside. Darren Khan, one of our most experienced assistants, flagging him off.
It's a very good defensive line actually that Huddersfield have here. No one's dropping deep too early. McCleary goes too early, clearly off.
Palmer. Redoubtable Danny Williams on the scene again. Huddersfield making progress. Aaron Moy. Heffeler. Juana. Moy. Heffeler again. Taken out of play by Colin Quanah. Well, he was in a similar situation as a player 20 years ago, watching on from the subs bench. The second leg of a UEFA Cup final with Schalke in the San Siro against Inter, Roy Hodgson's Inter, which they won on penalties. It's too much for some. Don't know what he's going to be like if it comes to penalties.
Yeah, but how often do we see people reacting like that during the course of the playoffs? It is very much the agony and the ecstasy.
Gunter. And he'll get it back, trying to improvise, but Chris Lerber is there. Rallying cry from the Reading captain. Gunter. Kelly. Gunter needs a ball. Kelly showing for it. Here's Gunter. Foul by Jonathan Hogg. He's certainly feeling it.
A sharp bit of play from Chris Gunter, a little give and go. Hogg's there too late, clear foul. He's such a sharp player. Chris Gunter loves to get forward. Hogg is nowhere near getting the ball.
Some cost to the Huddersfield captain. Well, the referee's going to have a word. It's been pointed out, I'm sure, by the Reading players that he's on a yellow card. He's had a couple of nibbles since he was booked as well.
I'm sure his defence to the referee will be, well, Gunter just ran into me, but it wasn't as simple as that.
Jordan Abita and Liam Kelly poised over this set piece. Abita's delivery dealt with by Jonathan Hogg and Palmer, and there may be a good break on here if they can get it right. Wells, don't know if Quanah have gone offside. Maybe Palmer was too, but might run for Wells! McKee Wells! Oh, maybe a tired finish.
That's exactly what it was, but talks about maybe the impact the substitutes can have. Casey Palmer, Colin Quanah making things happen. Martin Craney powering forward down the right as well, but this is what really McKee Wells have been waiting for all game, an opportunity to take a touch and set himself. He really does snatch at it, and the way he grabs his hamstring there, it is a really tired, lazy strike.
Well, they have had the chances, there is absolutely no doubt about that. Oh, Dean Hoyle, the chairman, just daren't watch. Safe now.
Who says that chairman and owners don't care about the outcome of football matches?
Morgan with a free kick. Well, a moment of inspiration, or a mistake. It may be known as the £200 million mistake.
See this free kick that's flighted in by Jordan Abita. See Heffler, does he have hands on the man he's up against? There's so many times in the modern game that defenders seem very keen to grab hold of the man rather than actually defend the ball.
We didn't see it any clearer than in the League Two playoff semi-final between Blackpool and Luton. Raji Van La Parra. Hogg. Now Martin Craney. Colin Quanah. Craney flying forward here. Tidied up by Jordan Abita, who can certainly win most races he's in. Quanah. Palmer. Aaron Moy.
Well, it is an excellent ball in from Aaron Moy, but people are just so tired. They're not making those forward runs you'd probably see during the course of a regular season game.
Tired legs, tired minds, and Chris Lurber losing possession to the fresher Kelly. Kermagant. Well, McCleary had stayed onside, but it only found the head of Schindler.
You see Jan Kermagant's reaction there, head in hands. He knows a better ball over the top, and McCleary is clean through.
Well, there's no sign of settling here. Palmer, foul by Evans.
Well, surely Huddersfield have got this, got to power this in the penalty area. They've got to send Heffler, they've got to send Schindler up. We hope something breaks here for them.
We're hearing there'll be no added time, so this literally could be the last chance of the game. Never has a quality delivery been more vital. never has it been more vital for those Reading players to stay switched on defensively. Chris Schindler has been given the task here of delivering this free kick. Oh, they couldn't get there. Heffler was there, Palmer was there, and right at the last was Craney.
Well, Reading went to sleep and they just all stopped and just allowed the Huddersfield players to make their move. Liam Moore is playing everybody on side. I'll tell you what, they just about get away with this, Reading.
It is goalless. It is penalties again for Huddersfield, who had that experience at Hillsborough in the semi-final. Al Habsi was the hero. He has saved the Huddersfield penalty before this season. And Danny Ward, of course, was the hero for Huddersfield in the semi-final. They could do with a bit of inspiration from that gentleman, Dave Besant, 29 years ago. The famous penalty save from John Aldridge as Wimbledon claimed the FA Cup. It really is a goalkeeper's game now as we head for penalties. Well, if Huddersfield score, Reading's advantage will disappear.
Well, the pressure just got to him leaning back, well underneath the ball. How many times have we seen players under pressure smash the ball over the crossbar like that?
Aaron Moy scored in the shootout at Hillsborough, scored against Newcastle earlier in the season from the spot. Rolls it in, and we're all level again.
Well, he's Mr. Reliable all season long, Mr. Reliable from the penalty spot. Exactly the player you would want to take that penalty.
Well, this is where the pressure really does reach its height. John Swift can't look. They place their trust in Jordan Obita. Oh, and Ward produces the save! And now Huddersfield are on the brink.
Well, there didn't seem to be too much conviction there as Obita stepped up to take the penalty. It was a nervous penalty. Again, slightly telegraphed it. Danny Ward read it.
Christopher Schindler has a chance to write his name in Huddersfield Town legend. And he takes that chance! The fairy tale season has the happiest ending. One of the most extraordinary stories in recent years. Little Huddersfield Town, the perennial strugglers, are back in England's elite. Devastation for Reading. Such a contrast. The most agonising way to lose. They thought their name might be on it after Huddersfield missed those chances in the first 90 minutes. But it was not to be. And Danny Ward again producing a special moment. Well, they won the battle for noise in the stands, and they have won the battle of wills in the penalty shootout.